Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm honored to speak with you about a topic that has fascinated linguists, anthropologists, and historians alike for centuries: the history and evolution of human languages. Language is a defining characteristic of our species. It is the vehicle through which we communicate our thoughts, ideas, and emotions, and it has played a critical role in shaping the course of human history. From the earliest spoken languages to the sophisticated systems of writing and speech we have today, the evolution of human languages is a rich and complex tapestry that has unfolded over thousands of years. To understand the evolution of human languages, we must first go back to the very beginning of our species' history. Our earliest ancestors likely communicated through a series of grunts, gestures, and other nonverbal cues. Over time, these primitive forms of communication began to evolve into more complex systems of vocalizations, as our ancestors' brains and vocal apparatuses became more sophisticated. The earliest recorded evidence of human language comes from the cave paintings and artifacts of our Neanderthal cousins, who lived in Europe and parts of Asia between 400,000 and 40,000 years ago. While we cannot say for certain what their language sounded like or how it functioned, we do know that they had the capacity for complex communication and likely used some form of language to communicate with one another. As our species continued to evolve and spread across the globe, different groups of humans developed their own unique languages, each with its own grammatical structures, vocabularies, and phonetic systems. Some of these early languages were spoken by only a few hundred people, while others, such as Chinese and Sanskrit, eventually became the foundations of entire civilizations. One of the most fascinating aspects of human language evolution is the role that geography and environment have played in shaping the development of different languages. For example, languages spoken in mountainous regions tend to have more complex phonetic systems, while those spoken in flat, open areas tend to have simpler structures. Similarly, languages spoken in regions with more extreme climates, such as deserts or tropical rainforests, often have unique vocabularies and grammatical structures that reflect the specific challenges of living in those environments. As human societies became more complex, so too did their languages. Many of the world's most ancient languages, such as Sumerian, Ancient Greek, and Latin, are incredibly complex and nuanced, with extensive grammatical rules and complex vocabularies. These languages were not only used for communication, but also served as vehicles for literature, philosophy, and scientific inquiry. Over time, some of these ancient languages gave rise to new ones, as different groups of people interacted and exchanged ideas. For example, Latin, the language of the Roman Empire, evolved into a variety of Romance languages, including Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, and French. Similarly, the ancient Indian language of Sanskrit gave rise to several modern languages, including Hindi and Bengali. As our understanding of language and communication has evolved, so too has our ability to study and analyze different languages. In the modern era, linguists have developed a wide range of tools and techniques for studying and categorizing different languages, including phonetics, morphology, syntax, and semantics. This has allowed us to gain a deeper understanding of the ways in which languages evolve over time and the many factors that can influence their development. Today, there are more than 7,000 distinct languages spoken around the world, each with its own unique history and evolution. While some languages are spoken by millions of people, others are spoken by only a handful of individuals, and many are in danger of dying out completely. This is a tragedy not only for the communities that speak these languages, but for all of humanity, as each language represents a unique perspective on the world and the human experience. In recent years, there has been a growing recognition of the importance of preserving linguistic diversity, and efforts have been made to document and revitalize endangered languages. This is not only a matter of cultural preservation, but also has practical implications for fields such as medicine, botany, and ecology, where local knowledge and terminology are critical for understanding and treating specific conditions. At the same time, new technologies and forms of communication are rapidly transforming the way we use language. The rise of the internet, social media, and other digital platforms has created new opportunities for people to communicate across linguistic and cultural boundaries, and has given rise to new forms of hybrid languages and linguistic practices. While this has the potential to enrich our understanding and appreciation of language, it also raises important questions about the future of human communication. As we continue to develop new technologies and ways of interacting, it is important that we remain mindful of the ways in which language shapes our perceptions and experiences of the world, and work to ensure that linguistic diversity and cultural richness are not lost in the process. In conclusion, the history and evolution of human languages is a fascinating and complex topic, one that has shaped the course of human history and continues to shape our understanding of the world today. From the earliest grunts and gestures of our ancestors to the sophisticated systems of writing and speech we have today, language has been a defining characteristic of our species, one that reflects our capacity for creativity, complexity, and innovation. As we continue to explore the many facets of language and communication, it is important that we remain mindful of the ways in which language shapes our perceptions and experiences of the world, and work to ensure that linguistic diversity and cultural richness are preserved for future generations. Thank you.